a lot has happened throughout the whole entertainment industry, and I'm not just talking about Vic Mignogna. Mignogna. I can't. I'm still butchering that name. I know. I'm sorry. I've been trying to practice. It just sucks. Yeah, I can't. Figure out his last name. I'm just gonna call him Vic. Anyway, we used to get a lot. It's gone from Vic to Jesse Smollett and his attack his alleged attack in Chicago. Now there has been a huge investigation over this situation, and right now the police are actually beginning to suspect that Jesse Smollett is actually lying about the attack actually taking place, or even by who it was actually committed by. Because according to Jesse Smollett, who is a black gay actor who plays a role in the TV series Empire. I have never watched Empire. I never really I didn't really care much of the idea of looking into entertainment, looking into entertainment in terms of like studios and stuff. But yeah, if anyone likes that stuff, that's fine with you. That's fine with. It's not my personal cup of tea. Anyway, Jesse Smollett was actually walking down on the streets of Chicago 2 a.m. on the sidewalk when he was attacked by a alleged white supremacists who were branding MAGA hats and were saying, "This is MAGA country." Now, the police, before even suspecting launching an investigation over the whole idea of Jesse Smollett being possibly lying to the investigation, they were having some doubts to this situation because Chicago in the wintertime, especially at night, is pretty damn cold. Like I think negative 23 degrees Fahrenheit at the time he was allegedly attacked. Now I don't know specifically, but here's this thing that the police were concerned about. That he hold his phone and the Subway sandwich. He actually bought Subway at that time. While he was walking down the streets of Chicago, and they were, it just everything about that seemed weird, especially the fact that he had a noose around his neck. Even when he was reporting the alleged hate crime that have committed. All of this was very weird. Nonetheless, they did treat him as a victim for at least 48 hours until no evidence, not even finding the individuals who allegedly started this attack coming to fruition. Nothing came to fruition, but what did come into fruition was the rope around his neck, as it turned out, was bought at a nearby local store by a bunch of two Nigerian brothers who turned out to know Jesse Smollett. And according to them, they were hired about $3,500 to commit this act. Now, according to them, they didn't seem to find anything wrong with that. In fact, they thought it was like a movie stunt or movie scene, or I don't know. And they thought that this may get them an advancement in their career in Hollywood. All of this does not point to Jesse Smollett in such a good light, because if it turns out to be true, and the evidence suggests that it may be, I'm not gonna come to a full definite conclusion at this point. Jesse Smollett was only, it only shows that not only Jesse Smollett was trying to use this to advance his own career, but also to demonize Trump supporters, as if Trump supporters like me were not demonized already. And this is not the first time. I think it was 2 months ago that Jesse Smollett, he received a letter containing a white powder in his mail. Now, as it turned out, it showed some aspirin. It turned out to be just powdered aspirin, not anthrax or anything. And from what I can tell, that story did not achieve much attention at all. He did report it to the FBI, but again, no headlines about it. So again, people are suspecting that this guy was staging this attack just so that he can get an advancement in his career, which is kind of blowing up in his face right now. If it is, it's kind of funny at this point. Now again, all this completely shows the whole issue I have with the culture war situation, because the left, especially the Hollywood elites left, is trying to go so far to demonize Trump supporters in any way, even if it means faking hate crimes. Now again, this is not definitive, or well, this is not 100% conclusive that it turned out to be the case. In fact, I'm gonna leave it to the courts to decide whether or not Jesse Smollett is lying. Now, nonetheless, this constantly shows the whole issue of the culture war, because the political left has been constantly injecting this whole issue of the right, Trump supporters, and a lot of other things relating to current politics into their own movies, and trying to get as much attention onto that as possible. Again, this is not the only resonating with Jesse Smollett. It's resonating with Captain Marvel, and also with Aaliyah Ballinger, which, by the way, I actually saw on Saturday. Pretty good adaptation of a manga. Really good. Not the best not the best movie that I've ever seen, but it's definitely pretty good adaptation to a manga. In fact, the best that even the author of Battle Angel Alita would say is pretty good. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Just after, even though that the movie hasn't been out yet, on March 8th, there has been newsletters and articles online saying that there has been reviews showing that of people just giving this a downvote, and they're completely blaming it on misogynists, on Trump supporters, on Nazis, on sexists, alt-righters, and even Russian bots. I mean, how many times do people have to say that before they realize this sounds stupid? Because we have seen this before, not just from 2016 with the Ghostbusters movie, but also with The Last Jedi, when Rian Johnson actually thought that the bad reviews for The Last Jedi were the result of, well, Russian bots, and anyone who is of the right wing. I mean, forget the fact that this could be just a person saying their own opinion. No, this has to be politically motivated, especially from a foreign nation that I'm pretty sure has their own problems to deal with. I'm pretty sure that Russia has bigger issues to contend to. In fact, I would say Syria, just trying to get dominance in there is a it's a bigger issue than just a movie which could simply be forgotten within a year or so. But again, it's just all of all of this has been the result of the media injecting politics into everything, and and everybody is just so sick of it. So many people are just so sick of it. This is just I can't understand what these people are thinking of. I can't, because people like Jesse Smollett and even Brie Larson, who is starring in Captain Marvel in the movie, is just constantly berating other people, like Trump supporters in Jesse Smollett's case, and possibly in Jesse Smollett's case, and in Brienne Lars's case, white men or the patriarchy, and just constantly spewing out social justice feminist bullshit. It's completely annoying, unprofessional, and it's not even going to make any money. In fact, there's actually been some articles showing that Captain Marvel may be losing money as a result. There's been projections of its box office opening weekend shrinking. Originally, it was going to be 140 million, but then it reached 120 million, 100 million, 80 million, and so on and so forth. It's going down, and that is showing. They may not be showing fear, but it's obvious that these social justice warriors are just afraid that this movie would fail. And again, this is all the result of the media just injecting politics into everything, and just the whole elite, liberal media in Hollywood just wanting to get their way. And people again are sick of it. I'm sick of it, and that's why that's why this culture war is just continuing on, because no one likes the whole idea of when their idea to escape reality is reality just, a warped version of reality just comes into their own idea of escaping reality. They don't like that. They just want to watch a movie and have a good time. And or even watch a TV series such as Empire. Everyone just wants to have a good time. And there's nothing wrong with that. But no, but these guys in Hollywood just want to have their politics shoved down everyone's throats. And now they're reaping what they sow. Jesse Smollett is now under arrest by the Chicago PD. He's facing accusations of lying to the Chicago Police Department and the FBI over hate crime hoaxes. And Brie Larson's movie Captain Marvel is losing money. Now, I don't know what the end results are going to be for either of these cases. Maybe Captain Marvel will stay up on top, or Jesse Smollett may get off with a slight. Would either walk off free, which I kind of doubt, or just get a slap on the wrist. I don't know what the case is going to be, but either way, this has got to be a huge wake-up call, because the more Hollywood continues to pander to the idea of spreading politics in their own movies and entertainment and just trying to do whatever it takes in order to make the right seem bad, including the possibly allegedly staging an attack, the more they're going to realize that this is going to backfire on them completely. Only then, when they realize that it's backfiring, can they make changes. Although, then again, it's kind of hard at this point, because Hollywood is just such a big leftist shithole that it's not a shithole, it's an echo chamber. Well, yeah, it's a shithole, but still, It's an echo chamber, and they just can't hear anyone but themselves. But either way, they're gonna reap what they sow, and they're gonna feel the financial burden just from these decisions that they made into ejecting movies, into making politics the main issue for Hollywood. My name is Noah Mia, not the Arc Truth. Please post your comments down below, like this video, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Bye.
Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountain.